What's up, everyone? Welcome to the greatest podcast on the internet, Thundercast Live with Chet and Rad. Every week on Sundays, we come to you live from YouTube and talk about whatever we want to talk about. And we want to see you there and get involved in our chat. Whatever you can. We'll talk about any topics that come up. We'll look at things. We'll view them, whatever it is. But this is a quick clip of what you can catch on Sundays. And we're excited to bring this to you. And so, enjoy this and click on that link in the podcast description. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, get notified when we do go live. We live stream, we podcast, we clip. We are the best on the internet. So thank you so much. Sit back and enjoy this short clip from the podcast. And we hope to see you on YouTube during Thundervision live. Cash out a couple mil from my account and make this game. But here's what I'm talking. You would invent the quadruple A title video game if you fucking took Call of Duty and just made a G.I. Joe.
Yeah, dude.
You would, if it was like fucking G.I. Joe versus COBRA, you couldn't sell. You would run out of digital assets because the internet would be like, no, you probably can't afford to give this many out. Think about that. But they don't want to do it because they don't want to fucking pay licensing. But here's the thing. Make Call of Duty with G.I. Joe mixed with Tarkov. So if you had to play gameplay style of Call of Duty with the level up factors of Tarkov, all skinned in G.I. Joe, billionaire. Yeah. 100% billionaire. In fact, any of you fuckers take my idea, I'm going to come kick your cats. And then I'm going to claim that you need to give me my money for the idea. But I guarantee you that we would just, it would be the end of it. Like, what else would you do at that point?
Man, I'd be stoked to play that, to be honest with you.
You imagine fucking like the coalition versus like whatever else, and it's just like every battle pass, it's a different version of COBRA, and it's like, fuck, man, you like even G.I. Joe was rad. Like both sides of G.I. Joe was awesome, right? But you can't do Transformers because they already tried a few of those games and those were garbage. So like you got to give up on that at some point,
Oof. Man, that would be freaking badass, man.
Dude,
I'm not gonna lie.
Call of Duty gameplay, Tarkov like methodologies, right? So building and like the sneak factor of it. But the pace of Call of Duty, skinned with G.I. Joe, get the fuck out of here. Game over. No one plays anything else on the internet ever again. Yeah, Hasbro does need to fucking call Chet Maddox because you know what, Hasbro? You're missing out on a bunch of board games that I've created that are billion-dollar empires, and you just haven't tapped into it yet. You're more than welcome to come get it. Here, but
I would. You know how much money I would pay just to fucking have Sergeant Slaughter run around the map, shooting fucking RPGs at like Cobra tank.
Dude, if you made
take my money, take my money.
Like that's an instant fucking like. If it's like $30 to get that person, I'd be like, here's $35.
Yeah.
Like, why doesn't this exist? Am I the only one? No, I'm not. Man. Let's see what Mikos. It separates experience to buy the game again, another console. Yeah, well, that's a Spider-Man thing. That's correct. It's shitty. And then what else? Hasbro's been streaming. Really, they've been streaming all that. Also, for anyone that's watching, we're still setting everything up on YouTube. This is the first episode ever of Thundercast, and you're welcome. But you got to bear with us a little bit because we don't know how the audio sounds. This whole YouTube thing is way different than Twitch, which fuck, I'm not gonna go back to that. It's not good. I own myself. No one owns me. That's what I'm saying. It's like, can you imagine, Rad, if we're playing Call of Duty and then all of a sudden Twitch uses our video for advertising and then we don't get paid for that?
Yeah, no. I'm still thinking about like having Snake Eyes drop out of a fucking plane and decapitate the enemy. I think you're onto something, man. Like, somebody needs to jump on that. And I know, like G.I. Joe, it's not, it's if you're 80s, 90s kid, that's what these new kids, they don't know about G.I. Joe.
Watch it. Watch a few episodes.
Yeah, introduce them to it, man. Introduce them to it. There's been Transformers games out there. It hasn't gone really well. Let's take a revolutionary game, combine it with an epic 80s cartoon toy franchise, and let's go to work, man. Let's do it.
But it's like it's already built in. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, you want to talk about 80s cartoons, right? You got G.I. Joe could be that, right? You could probably do a version of like Star Citizen, but with like Thundercats or like Silverhawks. Remember Silverhawks? You could do that. You could make a Silverhawks video game like based kind of like in Star Citizen, so that you get people that are like, oh shit, I remember this. It's what it is that it's all about nostalgia and coming back to that nostalgia purpose, right? Which the Headband Club knows a lot about, and that's why you guys are fucking epic. But what 80 cartoon do you think should probably come back nowadays?
That's a tough one, man.
Nah, it's not the answer.
There's some really good cartoons. I mean, G.I. Joe obviously is one that comes to mind 100%. You can't say Ninja Turtles because like Ninja Turtles has had rebirths, and there's like different they've got ones from the past, and they've got ones like they've redid that too many times. So although I'm a big Turtles fan, that would be
you know what they should do, to be honest. Now, since you said Turtles, and I fucking love Ninja Turtles, they should bring back the animation style from the like early 90s, right? Late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
Then they should also do a new movie with the fucking Jim Henson costumes.
Ooh.
Because if you watch, and chat, you can weigh in on this, but if you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie, not the second one where mothers against drunk driving dads and suicidal tendencies said that they couldn't use their weapons. So I'm talking about like the first one, right? If you look at that, the movie may not hold up, but those fucking costumes hold up.
Yep.
So if you took those costumes, put them in to nowadays and like today, and had a movie directed, it would make more money than the fucking explosion, Yeah. Teenage Mutant Alien Turtles,
Yeah.
What was that shit? Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but I just think that like, I don't think they need to bring it back unless they're going to bring it back with the same fucking graphics.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted them to bring back, and they did, and it was just garbage, was Thundercats. It was like when they were tiny. Did you watch that?
Yeah. Not good. Not good. Here's one. Here's a one I've been thinking about that perhaps they can maybe bring back.
Yeah.
And it's not an 80s.
Okay.
It's more 90s.
Yeah.
You gotta bring back Spawn, man, and they gotta do a fucking movie that's better than the Spawn came out. Like, dude, that character, like the series on HBO was so badass, and now with what you can do now, bring it back, man. You can make it like you could do a cartoon, you could do live action, but I think a movie, man, another movie. I know like a lot of like non-comic fans know who the hell Spawn is, but just how dark that is, that franchise could be pretty badass, man. A Netflix series, a movie, you could even do a cartoon. Fuck, dude, one of the best animated series, and that was at a time when there was not a whole lot of animated series out there, comic wise. So I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Maybe McFarlane gets on it again. I know there were some rumors about what was going to happen. Maybe it's come and gone, but that'd be my personal recommendation.
Well, Miko's is saying either Silverhawks or HBO Spawn series.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think. Well,
Spawn, dude.
I
One
think
of my favorites.
I think at this point, like, even like maybe a Netflix series. I don't know, or Amazon. Dude, have you seen The Boys on Amazon?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you watch it? Are you watching this new season?
I haven't started the new season yet.
That's why I think it should go to Amazon. That shit is bloody as hell.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess Chet's getting a little delivery.
All right. What is it? The cigars or is it the
I don't know. I'm gonna go check.
The special energy drink prototypes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go check. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
All right. Energy prototype drinks that Chet gets delivered. Working on the secret sauce that hopefully hits the store shelves pretty soon. But I couldn't agree more with some of these TV shows or movies that could be brought back. But again, I'm still hyped on that G.I. Joe video game concept, man. I think that would be freaking badass, man. I just imagine Hasbro, the line of new toys they could release. Dude, I think that's one of the best ideas that's come around in a long time.
Yeah,
100%.
Would be epic, man. I think
yeah.
I think that the whole I don't know. There's just so much behind everything in the current state right now, and I think like a lot of 80s cartoons, I think they would hold up today, you know? I don't know.
I agree. But there's no question, like, it's exciting. We're talking about video games. It's become a dominant player, especially through COVID. Everyone, I think, who wasn't a gamer has jumped in and started playing games. The mobile game industry is blown up like insanely crazy, especially internationally. So it's exciting we're talking about it, but I do think there needs to be some fresh things to come along. One company out there perhaps that could change things a bit is Rockstar.
Yeah.
Will there be a new GTA, and what would that be, and will they change things? I mean, GTA 5, people are still playing that. I mean, how old is that freaking game, and people are still playing that online? That is a company that could come in. I haven't seen what the new version of GTA is looking at. I haven't done any of the research, any news, but they could potentially change things a bit. They are the powerhouse. So I'm excited to see what that looks like in the next couple of years.
Well, they look, if they get Cyberpunk 2077 right, it'll actually give them a run for their money, because the GTA 5 came out fucking when?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, it's years and years.
Years.
Yeah.
So like that's the point, is like if they do Cyberpunk right, it will start to take over. I think it's just going to take over GTA. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think, do you remember they made a game, Mad Max? Do you remember that game? Yeah.
No.
So what lost me on that game was that it was just like about finding and building cars, but it was like a super hard thing to do. Yeah, so GTA 5 came out in 2013. And today, people still are posting videos and playing it, and it's like super watched on stream. Like, it's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many things that are like, it's I don't know. It's just when do you get a game that's awesome, right? And there is a series of games that is happening right now, like roguelike adventures like Neon Abyss. Like those games are fun, but the thing that those games lack is that they just didn't add a multiplayer. My favorite game right now, one of my favorite games right now is Hunt Down.
Yeah, what are Chet's recommendations, man? Like, if people are looking for something like 32-bit, something that changes up a bit, like, what do you recommend, Chet? Is there something out there? Like, we talked about the BRs, we talked about the multiplayer. What about you look at change of pace, man? Just get in there, do a little co-op action, or maybe just single player, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch. What do you recommend? You say Neon Abyss?
Yeah, so I think there's a few ways to go about this. If you want just like a fun roguelike game right now, it's very hard to beat Neon Abyss. I think that if you want to get into like some local co-op, for sure play Hunt Down. I mean, Hunt Down we've played it. We're gonna stream it on YouTube. Hunt Down is super epic. I use this app called Parsec, and what Parsec does is Parsec basically allows you to create a connection over the internet so that you can play local co-op games without having network connectivity. Kind of epic. Battletoads, according to Mikos, is good. I have not played that, but
okay. I haven't played that either.
Yeah. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 just came out.
Yeah, man, I love that, man. Talk about old school. And it's getting some really great reviews.
Already, it's like Mikos and I are talking back and forth, man. This guy said it right as I was saying it. Yeah. I think you have to really evaluate what type of games you want to play. Obviously, play Fall Guys. Like, that's a fun ass game, and they got it right. I can't suggest Avengers right now. Maybe I'll play it another week. We'll come back and I'll talk about it a little bit more. Maybe get a little bit more in depth. Yeah, man. Hunt Down on Switch. I don't know. You could build your island, Animal Crossing. So Migos wants to know what my thoughts are, what our thoughts are on Nintendo's Direct Mario Remake. Yeah, man, I've only watched some of it, but I think that's what people want, and I think that Nintendo is getting smart. Nintendo's always been smart. It's just sometimes people got ahead of the curve, right? But I think that Nintendo has always kind of been like, hey, how do we make games just like fun? Look, I think VR games, to answer C Double's question in chat, dude, VR games, if you find the right VR game like Half-Life, that Project Alex, like that's unreal. I mean, you just need to have a real fucking long cord so that when you actually take off the headset, you realize that you're probably on the other side of the room. But yeah, man, I love VR games. I actually have a friend of mine who has got me into it, and I've been playing. I think it's called Jet Setter or something like that. But he's having me play it because it gets you used to the VR experience, which I threw up the first time. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the VR. Isn't there a new Star Wars? Like, isn't Rogue Squadron or something coming out soon or something? I think there's something like that too.
Yeah, I think that's coming out. You know what VR game we should play on here, on this channel? We should do Virtual Boy. How do you get the video out of a Virtual Boy?
Right, how about Paperboy? How about Paperboy VR?
Dude,
fucking papers.
Yeah, you
take dogs and shit.
You take your VR goggles off and your windows are broken, your monitor's gone.
Yeah, dude, you get on, you put the VR goggles on, you fucking hop on a Peloton, and you go to work like Paperboy. There it is, man.
Yeah, that's
we solved it.
Paperboy. Yeah. Paperboy. It'd be like Paperboy 2040. You know what I mean? That's a really long. it's a really long year. 2044. Let's do that. Chad, what do you think about VR games? Are there any that you guys are playing that we should try? Paperboy Warzone. That's legit.
Paperboy Warzone.
Dude, could you imagine? It's like it's like Turf Wars with Paperboy. Oh,
yeah.
dude. I'm telling
That'd
you,
be awesome, man.
Yeah, I haven't gone really deep into VR games. My experience with VR games has always been like go try it out at E3 and then it doesn't come out. That's my experience. Every time I've done a VR game, I've gone to E3. They're like, come check out this Batman game. So I go do it. It's like you got to buy the $400 adapter for PS4 and then you can play this game. And then you buy it and then they just stop developing it. So that's where I think the VR headsets are really winning in this, in terms of just like, you know, it's not really dependent on another system, but then it gets, you know, it just depends on your computer. So the better your computer, the better the experience is. One of the things that I do love is that whole Switch build your own shit cardboard things. I can't remember the name of it, so obviously I don't fucking love it that much, but that's cool. You ever mess around with that? Do you even have a Switch? You do, yeah?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think again, something I like the G.I. Joe concept for sure.
C Double says a VR Comic-Con 2021. Yeah, man. That's what's
that's where we're headed, dude.
That's what it's gonna have to be. But here's the problem: is that it's gonna be a shitty turnout like this last one was, the Comic-Con at home crap. Look, I think at the end of, like, you know, obviously, us over here at Thundervision have been affected. We have Unicorns and Zombies, Stacking Dragons coming out. Unicorns and Zombies is a mega hit. If you guys haven't picked it up, you probably should. unicornsandzombies.com. Shameless plug. But you know, those kind of things really rely on actual conventions to get there. And frankly, I'm not going to go to a convention and wipe down the cards every time someone else wants to play. So like, I'm a little worried in terms of like what conventions are gonna look like. I think if there was a virtual con, it'd be cool. But then would you just have a bunch of guys walking around with camera feeds down certain like places? Like what would that look like? What would your vision of a virtual Comic Con be like? Like, would you include smell, like farts and sweaty nerds?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that part of it? Isn't that part of it?
That's part of the whole experience, man.
Yeah.
And there you go. Thank you for listening. Make sure to click the subscribe button, link in the description. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, just stop listening to it. And make sure to comment. We will be mentioning comments. So the more you comment, the better your chances are of getting called out. And who knows, maybe some free headbands. Thanks again. See you next time.